Yo, welcome back to my channel. This is the last Snow. You'll call me Snow for short. And we are here with another deck profile for the Gundam card game. And this deck profile is built within the new starter deck that we just finished getting. It's the sixth installment for Gundam card game. We're already entering set 2. Set 2 just came out this weekend. And this is the sixth installment of the starter decks for the Gundam card game, which is Clan Unity. It's a green and red deck build. This deck profile is basically meshing two starter decks into one. This basically breaks down for all the new players that wants to join the game, the Gundam card game, or people that's trying to test out um, how this starter deck actually does. Because what I do is when a new starter deck comes out, I mesh them together, go into locals and try to see how far I could go with the starter deck. I did it with the Iron Blood Orphan, starter deck number 5. Definitely did well with it. I already know what type of pieces that was missing with the support that it's getting for this set. Now, this starter deck actually got support on the booster box. So the way I'm gonna break down this deck profile is gonna have the deck profile of meshing two starter decks into one, and then once I'm done with, and uh, then I'll let you know why the ratios that I picked for it and everything else, and then at the end of the deck profile meshing the two starter decks, then I'll show you the support cards that actually came for the GD02 starter booster box number 2 for Gundam, and show you what pieces came out for supporting the starter deck. The ratio I will do that in my next video, but I'll show you guys the upgrades on what can you actually put into this starter deck to actually make this starter deck even stronger. So we're gonna start it off with what you get in the starter deck. You get EX base, you get EX resource, damage counters, and then 10 resources to start off the game. So you can upgrade these to something different. But if you start in the game, like if you're new to the game and you don't know what to start off with, I think your best option to actually do is to actually start with a starter deck, two starter decks, because you have to get two starter decks to get the set controlled for of each card, because the LRs they only come two in each starter deck, so you have to buy two starter decks. It don't matter which starter deck you get because they kind of they all strong. But if you want to be up to date, like with the recent stuff and everything else, Clan Unity is the most recent starter deck that came out with the booster set number 2. So you have the EX base. You can actually upgrade this to a base that we actually that Gundam actually have. EX resources as well, and then the resources as well. You could just this is just standard if you just want to start off the game and then try to build from there. Now since we're talking about these resources come like in various ways. You have the common one that actually comes in the booster box. Each pack comes with a resource at the back of it. You get these. If you don't get enough of these, you probably get you could just it's like 20 cents. I'm not gonna in TCG, or you could just find it at local. Somebody will probably give it to you because everybody's trying to collect high end stuff. So you have this. They have the silver version of this. I don't have the silver version of this because I actually got the other versions of this. You have the other version, which will be promotional. You get this as a promo. G-Quax as well. I think it's just like about $10 if I'm not mistaken. If you want to upgrade on it, and then I actually pull the gold resource, which is beautiful. They have a silver version of this, so they basically full version of the G-Quax. I'm only showing you G-Quax. Here's a G-Quax starter deck build. So yeah, you can actually just use whatever resource that you want. But like if you want to be cool and collect all of them and everything else to have it all G-Quax, you can definitely do that, which that's my game plan. So this is kind of cool. You can upgrade with those. So we're gonna start with the starter deck build and show you why I actually got it the way it is. We're gonna start off with the Gelgoog. We're playing 4 of these. It's a level 2 1 cost. It's a vanilla 2 stat line, 2 attack, 2 health power. Definitely a good card to start with, especially at the meta that we in. The meta that we in is actually like an early game rush, ping damage, and everything else. So is who can attack as much as they can early in the game. So like the late game comes, it's just game over for whoever you're playing against. So starting with 4 of these should be fine by turn 2 or turn 1, depending who has the EX base. I mean EX resource has the advantage to start summoning their bodies as soon as possible. But it's definitely good to have this in your deck. It's the only non-clan Unity trait card, and there's a reason why. Once we go more into depth about this starter deck, you'll actually realize. I'll let you guys know why is it that it's crucial that you play mostly clan in this starter deck. So like that, you get the pieces that you need, the effects to be activated, the searching and whatever concerning clan unity actually pops off. So definitely for these. Next up, I am playing 4 of the Gaia's Rick Dom. It's a 2-2 level 2 cost with a 2-2 stat line. Definitely a good card. And his activate main support 1. So support basically means you rest his body and give a +1 to one of your other units on the board. So the game plan is the 1-2 punch. Is the first turn you summon a Gelgoog. After you summon a Gelgoog, next turn you summon this, rest it, put this as +3. If you realize that the EX base is actually a health of 3, this is a 3 attack power. You swing at it, you already broke the base, and now you can just start attacking shields before they summon another base. So that's definitely the key, the 1-2 punch to the starter deck, to actually get this on the board and then actually summoning this. And the good thing about this card is, if it's rested and your opponent does not want to continue seeing you giving another body on another unit on the board a +1, they're gonna have to swing at it or try to remove it from play. If they swing at it, they're gonna take 2 damage. If they just remove it, then it is what it is. But you can actually use him as well. If there's no shields, if there's no base, you can actually swing with him as well to apply more pressure to your opponent. So the 1-2 punch is definitely good for early game. Next up, I'm only playing 2 of the Ortegas. Rick Dom is a level 3-2 cost with a 3-2 stat line. Deploy, choose one of your other clan units during this turn. If you may choose an active enemy unit with 3 or less attack power at its attack target. This is definitely situational because this can only be used early game or late game. Well, when it comes to early game, that's what they're gonna be summoning, stuff that has attack power of 3 or less. So this is definitely good. Like if you have the Gelgoog on board, if you have the Rick Dom on the board, or Ortega's Rick Dom will actually be on the board. And now you can pick one of the other 2 clan units. Well, technically Gelgoog can't swing because he's not a clan, but Rick Dom's Gaia's Rick Dom actually does the apply the pressure to actually swing to one of your unrested opponent's units on the board. So that's definitely good as well. And then late game, just in case if your opponent has like blockers or they trying to build up swings and stop swinging at you just to build up board, this is actually situational to start attacking those boards, especially if you got bodies that actually have breach. You could you could swing directly as one of those one of those units on the board and actually take them out, and then your opponent takes breach damage as well. So situational cards, you'll probably keep it at 2. I don't feel like anything that you're gonna play at 1, you shouldn't even play it at all. If it's a unit, don't even bother playing it. But if you're playing like a command card or something, then playing 1 of is definitely good. But when it comes to like unit wise, I don't feel like if you have to put something at 1, might as well max something else at 3 or 4, because that unit is not gonna come out. The ratio for that card to come out is gonna be less than 50%. Situational cards should be at 2. Cards that you really want to see, you want to put it at 4. Like if you consistently want to see those cards, you want to have them at 4. And then if it's cards that you want to see on most matches, you have them at 3. So those are the ratios that you want to think about. Next up, we're playing 4 of the Sagai's Gelgoogs, level 3, 2 cost. Is a vanilla card, 3 stat line, 3 attack, 3 health. Definitely early game pressure. This starter deck don't give you that much option when it comes to like early game units to summon, so that's why I got this at 4. But like I said, you get support on the booster box to get what you need to make this deck a little bit better than what it is. So putting this at 4 right now on a 2 starter deck mesh is definitely good. Apply pressure is under the clan traits. So I'm telling you right now, the deeper that we go into this conversation about this deck build, you'll see why it's crucial to have a lot of clans. So playing 4 of these should be fine. Next up, we're playing 3 of the Red Gundam under a clan trait. It's a level 4, 2 cost, 3-4 stat line, 3 attack, 4 health. Definitely is amazing. Anything above 4 health is definitely good because that means they can actually survive more than one swing to stay on the board. Even when it comes to pierce damage, it will survive as well. So it's like your opponent has to do pierce damage and swing at it, or swing twice at it to get it removed off the board, unless they're going to swing with a big body. And sometimes it's kind of crucial. Your opponent most likely don't want to swing with their big body, because taking 3 damage it's definitely crucial. It puts them at a position that their card could get pierce damage, their card could get attacked directly with a small body, and then they get removed. So it's like not an even exchange. So this is definitely good. Like if they still got the EX base on the board, you can swing with the 3 attack, remove it from the game, and then just attack with everything else that you have on the board as of units. So it's definitely good to have this. I have it at 3 because I had to balance out how I want to build this deck. Just start a deck build, but like I said, you have other options that you can actually add into it. So it's definitely kind of good to continue doing what you're doing with deck building. This starter deck, just two mesh together. Next up, we have the other Red Gundam card. It's a 4 call, level 4, 3 cost, 4-3 stat line, 4 attack power, 3 health. It's a breach 1, meaning if they destroy a unit on the board, they pierce 1 damage to your opponent's base. If they don't got a base, they just take the hit as a shield. Also, when it attacks, choose 1 to 2 friendly clan units. They get +2 attack power during his turn. That's why I said it's crucial to have just clan units in your deck, because if you have them on a board, stuff like this actually helps out to give them massive power. So like the Red Gundam goes up to 5, the Gelgu goes up to 5, the other 2, the Rick Doms goes up to 4. So yeah, you got to really think about that. Anything +4 on attack or defense is definitely good in the game right now, because they can actually survive. But definitely good. The great thing about this card is that it don't have to be linked or it have to be paired to activate his effect when he swings. Every time he swings, he activates the effect. Choose 1 to 2 clan units on the board. They get +2. Not that bad. That is not that bad. Just make sure that you have those units on the board before activating this effect. So like that, you get the most out of the effect. So it's definitely good to have this LR at 4. Next up, we're playing 3 of the G Quax Omega Psychomu. Level 4, 3 cost, stat line of 4-2. I'm not really a big fan of this card. I just needed to add, try to fill in the gaps with units. As of right now, like the 2 starter deck build, I put it at 3, but with the support with the other cards that's actually coming out, I'll put it down to 2, because this is situational. Like I said, situational cards, you want to keep it at 2 minimum. Putting it in 3, you rather put something that you're really going to need and something that's actually going to stay on the board. But on deployment, if another friendly clan unit is in play, choose 1 enemy unit and deal 1 damage. So there comes the pierce damage. This is definitely good. Even if you try to pilot with this, his attack goes to 6 attack with a 3 health. 3 health is definitely not good. As you can see, you don't want to, it's something that's going to get removed so easily off the board. So that's why, like I said, it's situational with the pierce damage. You have other options in the deck that gives pierce damage that you want to max it out at 4. So you could just rearrange with it. But, just trying to fill in the gaps with the starter decks. I have this at 3. 4 attack wise is definitely good at 4. With the pilot, puts him at 6. So it's going to remove any base on the board. It's just that would it survive for 1 more turn? I definitely doubt it. And last but not least, to end off with the units, I have the G Quax Omega Psych, the LR version. It's a level 5, 3 cost, stat line of 4-4. Like I said, 4-4 is definitely great. It's above the average, because 3 or less, you in a position that you might get swing once and then just remove from play. 4 or higher definitely puts you in a position that you can actually survive for more than one swing. And then when linked, if any friendly clan unit is in play, this card gains first strike. The only bad thing about this is only when it's linked. If it said during link, it would be amazing, because that means every time he swings, it's gonna be straight. You attack first, and then after the damage, your opponent is gonna attack you. This would have been so much better if it would have been during link. But since this one is linked, it makes it a little bit, less strong, less broken. So, but I still feel like this card is definitely good, because with the pilot, it puts him at 6'5", or yeah, at 6'5" to swing with it, which is definitely amazing. Could go through any base, any big units. So it's definitely good to have at 4 max. So cards like this you definitely want to max out at 4. So like I said, situational cards 2, cards that you really want to see here and there at 3, maxed out 4 if you really want to see the cards. So let's go to bases. The first base is Canaban Corp. It's a level 4 2 cost base with the 5 of health. Uh, deploy. It deploys. Take a shield burst. Deploy this card. Once per turn, when a friendly clan unit links, this gains breach 3. So this card is definitely situational. That's why I got it at 2, because you're not gonna have that many options to link. So you gotta pay attention to that. That you most likely not always gonna link, but when you do link, in certain situations, you want to get that breach 3. So you want to apply pressure to your opponent's board, but at the same time, you want to make damage to your opponent's bases, if it's not the base or shield as well. So that's definitely good to even have in this deck. The other 2 bases that I want to use will be Clan Battle. It's a less smaller cost. It's a level 3 1 cost, 5 health as well. The only difference is that this is activate main, rest this base. If a friendly clan link unit is in play, choose one friendly unit. It gets +2 attack power. So definitely applying pressure, building up these small bodies to get plus power is definitely great. So like I said, it's situational. Maybe there's a base that you want to just remove as soon as possible, get the +2, or maybe there's a body on the board that you really want to get removed, get the +2. Or if you situation you want to really just grasp on, trying to hit both at the same time as unit and your base or shields, you want to go with the Canaban Corp base. So situational, like I said, you want to keep it at 2. 2 each base should be fine. Next up, we're playing 2 of the Fierce Unity, which is Ortega Command / Pilot. GQ is a level 3 1 cost action. Choose 1 to 2 friendly clan units. They can't receive battle damage from enemy units that are level 2 or lower during this turn. So this is good for early game. Like I said, situational cards you don't want to have a lot of. So you having 2 of these is definitely good. If you pilot with this, Link Pilot, they get a +1, which is the Rick Doms. If you want to use the command, is definitely good, because like I said, the Gelgu to the Rick Dom to give them a support to +1 to swing, and then you have the Sagai Gelgu applying pressure. So early game, if they try to swing at your units, you activate this. Now none of your new units can get hit with none of those small level units that they have on the board. So now they have no choice but to swing at your shield or base, and then basically just waste their swings on that. Meanwhile, you have multiple bodies on the board to apply more pressure next turn. So that's definitely good to have at 2. Next up, we're playing 4 of the Close Combat. This is not a new card. This is actually a reprint. It just got a different artwork on it. This is one of the best command cards in the red color. Close Combat. Choose 1 enemy unit and deal 2 damage. On burst, if you get this from the shield, you give 2 damage to any unit on your opponent's side of the field. Or if you don't got no bodies on the board and they're early game, already got they got a couple of bodies, a couple of units on the board, you want to activate this until you get units on the board. Start pierce damage, start removing small units off the board. So that's definitely good to have at 4. Like I said, it's a starter deck build, so you're just meshing 2 starter decks together. And then after this breakdown, I'll definitely show you the support cards that you can actually put into your deck. Next up, definitely I love this card. It's a Schoolgirl and Smuggler card. It's a Searcher. It's a level 1 card. You can do this early game. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal one clan unit card / pilot card among them and add it to your hand. Then the remaining cards randomly at the bottom to your deck. That's the only thing that you're bottom decking a couple of cards. But like I said, this was crucial that you want to build this deck with a lot of clans, pilots, and units, because you got stuff that, you know, the effect pop off, like the basis effect only goes to clan, the searching only goes to clan. um other cards like breaching wise, you'll see the pilot's effect. You'll see that there's effects that has to be crucial to just clans only. But this is being a 4 of is definitely good because there's not that much draw power in the game, especially when it comes to green. There's not that much draw power, plus red as well. So having those searchers, you're getting the right pieces into your hand to play by play on the next couple of turns. So it's definitely good. So now we're going to talk about the pilots. The first pilot we're going to talk about is Seiju Idol. Hopefully I pronounce his name correctly. Is a level 4 1 cost. Is a +1/+2 stat line, +1 attack, +2 in health. And then during link, this is what I'm talking about. It's better during link than when link. Because during link, that means it's going to happen every turn. Every time he attacks, if you have a clan unit in play, look at the top card of your deck, return it to the top or the bottom of your deck. So this is good because now you're scribing. You have the searchers to look at the top 3 of your cards, and then take one card, put it into your hand, and you're going to bottom deck. Now you have this card that now you get to scribe the top of the card of your deck. Maybe the card that you're looking at you don't really need for this game, or you definitely do, so you want to keep it on top. So it's definitely good. And then with this pilot, you getting more of the health side of it, so your units will probably survive multiple swings because he's getting a +2 on health, but your opponent is taking damage as well. So this is definitely a good card because now, since you actually can see every time, every single turn that you swing with this unit that has this pilot under it, you get to see the top of your deck to rearrange how you want your next card to look like. And last but not least, Amate Yukarita. Hopefully I pronounced it right, but it's Machu. I know about Machu. It's a level 4 1 cost. It's a +2/+1 stat line. Attack of 2, health of 1. When linked. So like I said, the difference between during and when linked is kind of crucial. This one is actually when linked. Look at the top card of your deck. If it's a clan card, you may reveal it and add it to your hand, then return the remaining to the bottom of your deck. So this is kind of good. Like I said, you have a searcher that looks at the top, you take a card, and then you have this that look at the top, take a card, and then you have the other pilot that looks at the top, either put it out the bottom or put it at the top, however you want to see it. So this is definitely good. So like trying to manipulate the top of your deck is definitely good when it comes to this deck. And then the only bad part is really locked into clan unity cards, and the clan unities is not great, but it's durable. So that's what I like about this deck. Like if you want to start off, if you're just coming into the game, this deck is definitely good to start off with. The build is definitely gonna be great. Starter deck build. I'm gonna test it out at locals and see how it goes, but it's definitely a good deck to actually run with. With the support that I'm about to talk about as well, is definitely gonna be crucial to the deck as well. It's really gonna make this deck stronger than what it is, because this starter deck is definitely strong. One thing about the starter decks when it comes to this game, they really make it strong. Not too strong, but strong enough that with the right pieces from the booster boxes, this deck will definitely, this or any other deck will be strong. So let's talk about the booster box support cards to this deck, right? I'm just gonna put out the cards. I'm not saying what the ratios should look like, because I would do another deck profile with that. But for this deck profile, I just wanted to talk about the 2 starter deck mesh and what will be your options to actually build this deck with the support of the booster box. So the first card will be the Red Gundam. It's a level 5 3 cost. It's during link. This unit gains high maneuver. It's a 4/4 stat line, which is definitely good. Then it's the pilot could be a clan trait, so anything that's clan trait related could have this swing on the same turn that's summoned, which is amazing. It's not locked into a specific pilot. And then high maneuver is basically if your opponent is playing with blockers, he can actually run through those blockers like nothing and just attack a unit that you want to take out, or you could just attack the base or the shield that your opponent has. And it's during link, so which is great. So it's not like it's not just that one turn it's actually summoned. It doesn't say when link, it says during link, which is amazing. This card, definitely a card that you really want to add to your deck. With a 4/4 stat line, right? 4/4 stat line. This card only works like the high maneuver if it's actually linked paired, right? During link. So can be paired because nothing is actually paired to this. Because if you're just building a clan traits deck profile, this is definitely good because it makes it easier to put any of the two pilots that you have in your deck to put with this. So you can actually put it at Machu, put in this card at 6/5. Every point Ito, it'll put this at 5/6. So whichever one that you choose is still gonna run through the base that they have and the high maneuver. So no blockers can actually block the swing to this. So this is a card that you really want to run off. Run it. You can run it at 3 to 4. It's not a situational card. That's a card that you really need to have in your deck because a lot of these decks right now, meta build, has blockers. So you want to have cards like that, right? Next up, we have the Sagai Gelgoog for GQ for red. It's a level 4 cost. It's a little bit high of a cost. I'm not a big fan of this card. It's a 3/3 stat line, even kind of worse. But it's situational. You could, if you really want to focus on a lot of pierce damage, this actually has that because when it's deployed, choose one enemy unit that is level 5 or higher and deal 2 damage. Like if your opponent has those big units that you need to get them off the board as soon as possible because you got too many small bodies on the board, or even if it's a blocker or whatever the situation is, like I said, situational. You want to play 2 of these. Situational cards, you want to keep it at 2. You don't want to see them as much. You want to see the cards that you really need to win the game as much as you can, which would be 3 to 4. Situational, you want to keep it at 2, especially with a 3/3 stat line, and it's specifying what type of pilot does it need. You can definitely, put 2 of these. You don't have to play this card, but if you want to have a lot of pierce damage in your deck, this is a good option to have at 2. The other unit is the boss itself. The big unit is the G Quax Omega Psych, the 3rd version. It's a level 7 5 cost. With a 5/4 stat line, which is amazing. Machu is the pilot that goes with it. When it's deployed, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may you may deploy 1 clan unit that is level 4 or lower among them. Return the remaining cards randomly at the bottom of your deck. This is definitely an amazing card. You gotta play 4 of these. You have to, because you're free playing another body. You're looking at the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you build your deck correctly with just clan units, which 90% of your deck is level 4 or lower when it comes to like clan units. Only I think probably the G Quax and the Red Gundam that I just showed is the only cards that is actually just level 5, a little bit over than what it's asking for. But summoning another unit on the board to maybe put a pilot on it and then swing that same turn, or just try to build board. So like that next turn, your opponent really gonna have to figure out how they're gonna remove these bodies off the board. Is definitely good. But playing this, you gotta play it at 4. This is a no-brainer. From the booster box, this changes the deck itself. This card right here is the game changer to the deck. To look at the top 3 cards and really free play another body on the board. Come on, that is definitely good. Right? Now going into the new base that they got for the clan unity, Shuji's Hideout. Apologize. Shuji's Hideout. It's a level 3 1 cost. And then when it's destroyed, choose one enemy unit that is level 4 or lower and deal 1 damage. So you this is situational as well. I guess with every base that this deck came with is situational. It's not something you want to play 4 of. You want to split it out with how you want to play it. You can actually play 5 bases. You can actually play the other two bases at 2 each, and then play this at 1 and have 5 bases, because since you're not having blockers, you definitely want to make sure that your shields are protected. So you can definitely bump it up at 5. 6 is too much. Anything above 5 is a little bit too much. So, but if you got a lot of small bodies in your deck, then you just want to play 4. But since this deck don't have that many of the small units, you really want to protect your shields as much as possible. So playing 5 bases will be fine. Playing this is definitely fine, because once this base is destroyed, you could definitely do damage. So if you want to really build this deck on pierce damage, you definitely can. You have other cards you can actually put, other command cards you can actually put into this deck, from the booster box or from the previous booster box that we have, and definitely still will help out this deck. All right. Next up, we're playing another card that came out is Shiko Sagai. It's a level 4 1 cost pilot slash command card. Undying Persistence, main slash action, so you can use it either or situation and choose one enemy unit and deal 1 damage. So the command version of this is definitely amazing. Another pierce card to do damage to your opponent, which is definitely good. This deck definitely needs as much support that it could get to remove bodies off the board quicker. So doing pierce damage is definitely good. You have bases that does pierce damage. You have units that does pierce damage. You have command cards that does pierce damage, which is definitely good. And then on the pilot side, it's a +1/+1. We haven't seen this in a very long time. I think this is the only pilot that we actually have, pilot slash command card that we actually have, that gives you a +1 on both sides. I seen a +1/+0 or +0/+1 type of command slash pilot card. So this actually getting both is definitely good to actually have in your deck. So you want to try to squeeze this to have in the deck, like probably 1 or 2. It's a situation card as well. And then last but not least, you have this command card. It's a level 3 1 cost. The one looks a lot stronger, question mark. Main, choose 1 friendly clan unit. During this turn, it may choose an active enemy unit that has level 4 or lower as its attack target. So definitely good. Small bodies on the board is vulnerable to this card. You summon a body that has breach. We do have breach. You have high maneuver. Maybe there's units on the board that they want to keep on the board as many turns as possible. Activate this. Now they have no choice. That you can attack those units directly and don't take that many damage. But if you have the breach, like some cards have, you could do 2 for the price of 1. Damage, destroy that unit, and pierce damage their base or their shield. So this is definitely good to have as well. Another situational card as well, because level 4 and lower, you're not going to be seeing this all game, early game, situational, late game. So it's definitely good to have. So that's it for the starter deck build. 2 starter decks mixed into 1. Sorry this video is a little bit over 30 minutes, but I just wanted to break down just the starter deck meshing into 2. Why is the ratio, and then the card that comes out in a booster box to support this deck. This deck is definitely strong. How strong it is, you're just gonna have to wait till I do my matchups at local and see how it goes with just the 2 starter decks, and then I'll add the other cards as well and see how it goes from there. But if you guys are new to the Gundam game, starter decks is the way to go. Get 2 starter decks, no matter which one is it. But hopefully you can get this one. This one is the most recent one. It has a lot of pierce damage that you definitely need, and it builds upon each other when it comes to the clan unity. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you want to see the upgraded version of this starter deck, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. And I will be putting up more videos on my YouTube page. So if you guys like it, just make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.